Latin American in Rome. Yes, it could be the Pope who's from Argentina, but during this year of mercy, another Latin American is leaving his mark on the Eternal City. That man is the Colombian artist Fernando Botero. The Roman Expositions Palace has an extraordinary cycle of paintings on display right now, all centered on the way of the cross, or Via Crucis, as depicted by the secular artist Botero.
Noi siamo un'istituzione laica, però siamo un'istituzione molto radicale.
We are a lay society, but we are a society that is rooted deeply in the city of Rome, which is the capital of Christianity. It is almost a must, an inevitable, that during the Holy Year of Mercy, we focus our attention to what happens in the city. The Jubilee is certainly the most important event of the year for this city. The museums want to highlight that importance with a man that was not religious, but that has made works with a great religious respect. Botero, throughout his whole youth, continuously was surrounded by religious images that were very popular. Plus, he studied the great Italian painting masters of the Renaissance during his youth, when he got his first stipend in art education, which is obviously full of sacred images.
La grande pittura italiana rinascimentale, che era ovviamente piena di immagini sacre.
Botero's style is easily recognized due to his large, exaggerated figures. Much of his work depicts political and social commentary or criticism. In this exhibit, he mixes historical events with modern people, distinguishable by their dress.
Questo è un dato molto forte, in effetti, di questa opera.
This is a very powerful element in his work. He paints this cycle between 2010 and 2011, a moment in which drama enters his life and art. Also, the drama of the world, which he tells in these paintings. Botero is a man of today. He views Christ, since he is not religious, also as a man that suffers in reality. Above all, a man who suffers. He does that on account of all men who suffer on earth and of all times. He therefore puts Christ into the moments of suffering of today, the reality of today, the sufferings of today. You can see a man dressed not as a Roman soldier, but as a military man of an imaginary Latin American country. It could be any country of South America. It is clearly a South American army. In another, you can see a simple farmer with South American dress. Then, other people with clearly contemporary dress or features.
Facce e con abiti chiaramente contemporanei.
One of the most striking images is this crucifixion, in which the artist has chosen a unique backdrop.
In un'opera che è appunto del Cristo del Central Park, è un grande Cristo come tutti.
It is the work of Christ in Central Park. It's a big Christ, as are all of the bodies of Botero. The body is really big, and it has a strange greenish color. It is a color of sickness, the color of death. He has suffered, which reminds us also of the Christ of Grunwald, in which Christ has a more brown color, but nevertheless a color of sickness, a body that has suffered, and in his case is very skinny. It is a Christ in Central Park. The background is formed by the city of New York, the quintessential city of modernity, that characterizes the modern times with its great distance, great social disparities, great injustices, where the power of money affirms itself. Christ affirms his own presence as well, here in New York, and it is rather interesting that this enormous body, which is suffering before the landscape of the New York skyscrapers, is counterposed to the tiny figures underneath the trees in Central Park, people who follow their everyday life, men and women that are very small, since they are indifferent to the sufferings of Christ.
Perché sono indifferenti alla sofferenza di Cristo.
The 27 paintings and 36 drawings are on display until May and make up an interesting mixture of the biblical account and modern life.